Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are doing a Yukon Denali, and this thing was used to go on a road trip previously by the family, and they got sand inside of it. There's sand in like the dashboard and weird spots I would have never imagined. Yeah, this thing's trashed. As usual, first things first is always to get everything out of the vehicle, get the car seats out, get the trash out, floor mats and the seats, so that way we can get a good idea of what we're gonna be tackling here to get cleaned. And with that being said, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, because these sort of videos come out every single week for you guys to enjoy. Now, everyone's been asking about detailing brushes. They will be back in stock, hopefully in the next week or two. I will open pre-orders as soon as I know when my manufacturer has my shipment coming in. Supply chain issues as always. But on Fox Clean, I do have tons of mint shine products in stock. Drying towels are in stock. Drill brushes, everything else is in stock except for those detailing brushes, which will be out very, very soon. So make sure you guys check out that if you guys need to pick up your detailing supplies after this video. One thing I will say is here in this shot in particular, the floors were not this oddly colored. I'm having an issue with my camera right now, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, but it's making the blues and the blacks and the whites and the reds and all the different colors seem a little bit off, even if I change my white balance. But these are more darker than they look. At the same time, low light situations inside of a darker colored car is always tricky. So as you guys know, all these details on my channel I do completely for free, and because of that I bring on certain brands that I love and trust and use their products on a daily basis that I want to include to share with you guys, because it helps what makes this channel possible. So you guys watching this segment on screen right now makes this channel continue to make these awesome videos that you guys know and love. I think the biggest thing for me is when it comes to knives, Japanese steel is always like the top highest standard you can get, which is key when you build a knife that you want to last, and making sure it's sharp for continued usage, which is why Kamikoto only uses Japanese steel using traditional techniques. Each knife is individually inspected and comes with a lifetime guarantee, which is not only awesome, but ensures you guys are getting a quality product. And the knives come in a heavy-duty ash wood box, so it makes it as a great, storage device, but also as a present or a gift for someone that uses knives on a daily basis. Kamikoto knives are used by Michelin star chefs all over the world, which you obviously got to tell that it's high quality from that. Kamikoto has several special offers that they're running right now, but for my viewers, they're gonna offer extra $50 off any purchase with the discount code Stauffer50. The link to go to Kamikoto is in the description box below, along with the coupon code that you guys need to take advantage of. And with that being said, let's roll right back into the Yukon Denali. this was a good spot to kind of get an idea of how much stuff dripped down that plastic panel for the back, but also all over this seat, which I believe was a strawberry smoothie just based on the contents of the goo. Yeah, anyways, vacuuming is always 20% of the job and 80% of the results. So vacuuming is always done first before we start wiping down anything, extracting anything. So that way, one, you don't get any crumbs spilt back on your clean extracted floor, but also you can get a good idea of how much product to use when it comes to cleaning a lot of this stuff. I don't know why, but I think in every video it's either I'm wearing sandals and I need to wear shoes, or I wear shoes and why don't I wear sandals, or why don't I wear shoes at all in some of these cars. And you know, when you're going back and forth from each side of the vehicle detailing, moving the camera around on the opposite side and you're climbing in and out, for me it's easiest with sandals, because after you vacuum the floor or extracted the floor, putting shoes on and walking inside the vehicle is only going to make it dirty again. And if you're wearing sandals, you can slip them on and off. So it's kind of why I do that. And it's always funny to see there's at least 5 people in every video that mention something about, why am I not wearing shoes, or I don't want to see your feet. And you know what? It just kind of is going to always be that way. So I guess deal with it. So in this video, I am using the Tornador once again. It has kind of now been a staple product that I like to use just because of its abilities to hit some of these jobs a little bit faster. Detailing brushes definitely still get into some of those nooks and crannies that the Tornador can't blast off, or the thicker grime and goo. But I used a little bit less of a concentrate. I mixed my APC, which is already diluted, with a little bit more water so the vapor wasn't as strong and powerful. Even with a respirator on or a mask, it's still sometimes super strong. So if you do use a Tornador, just keep that in mind and get some airflow through the vehicle or whatever you're working on. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is more of a business type of tip, and this is for detailing. I do a lot of mobile stuff, I do a lot of paid jobs, but all the stuff on my channel is obviously for free because it's dirty and I'm filming it and I usually have to keep the car longer. So that's kind of the trade-off I do with customers. But for paid ones, and when it comes to pricing, that's the biggest thing people ask, how much does this cost? I've always used the idea that, find people that are doing it already in your area, figure out what they're charging for a similar job. You can call them and just, ask them straight up, hey, I have this type of vehicle. And it's always dependent on the size. So if you have a 2-door coupe compared to this car in particular, because it's got 3 rows and it's massive, your pricing is going to be different because you're trying to figure out what is the best price point for you per hour to make it worth it for you so you can turn a profit, cover your materials, cover your fuel, and cover your time. So for this truck in particular and this sort of detail, even though it is dirty, I would charge a little bit extra, probably an extra hour worth of labor. It would probably come out to about $450 to $500. And that would just be for the interior with a quick exterior wash. Now for the carpets, we're going to be spraying on my Extractor juice, which is a combination of water and Flex Ice cleaner. You guys can pick that up on Amazon. Also, it's all linked in the description box below any of the products I use. Spray it on, and then I'm going to be using my drill brushes from Fox Clean to agitate, get all that dirt loosened up that's in those carpet fibers, followed by my Mighty Extractor that I use because it is probably the best extractor on the market, to be honest. It's got steam pretty much coming out of the extractor tip. It's super hot water that's vaporized, and you can see the steam coming off of it, which helps melt that gum that you see there, any candies, slime, anything. And it also loosen up all the oils and grease and dirt that's in those carpet fibers and extract them like it should efficiently. For most people, it's probably overkill, but the price of the machine, if you're doing it as a side job or if you're going to keep it for a long period of time and use it in your house, they make a whole lot of sense for me. So that is the process that I use when it comes to extracting these vehicles. Now this dump shot is just of that rear section of carpet. Didn't even include the front ones, which I did on my own time just because I could show you guys Extractor clips for hours. But there's only a certain amount of time span that you guys want to watch that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on to the seats, clean up the back side of them, making sure there's no dirt on them, and then get the leather cleaned up to make these things look like new. Now for the seats, we're gonna be using Mint Shine leather cleaner and conditioner along with detailing brushes to agitate, get into all those different seams and pockets, getting them look like new again, and then that conditioner is what's gonna keep that leather pliable, but also bring back that nice new car shine of the leather and make it smell insane. Now, even with the carpets, extracted and looking clean again, these things, like, they just are a lifesaver. Anybody that doesn't have floor mats in their car that are plastic, rubber, or some sort of easily cleaned product needs to question whether or not that's a good idea. If you don't have kids and you're super meticulous, that's one thing, but even then, I think carpet floor mats are kind of outdated at this point. I mean, if you have a Ferrari or Lambo or something super nice and you like the idea, that's great, but if you live up north or if it rains out and you're walking inside your car with your shoes and you're gonna get them dirty, all-weather floor mats make a ton of sense, and they're super easy to clean. You can just rinse them off, let them dry out in the sun, and throw them back in. And yeah, truly, I always talk about this. You guys know, this is something that I preach about all the time. Click this video on the screen, watch the next one for my channel. This is an insane detail that I know you'll love, and I hope you guys are having a great day.